Apple's bold plan to reinvent the iPhone 18 Pro display may have just slammed into a wall, and if the newest leak is even close to accurate, the dynamic island is not disappearing anytime soon. For months, iPhone leaks and supply chain chatter have pointed to a major front design makeover for the iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max. The story was simple but massive. Apple would remove the dynamic island entirely, switch to a small camera punch hole, and hide Face ID under the display. That would finally deliver the clean, uninterrupted all-screen iPhone. Look, fans have been waiting years to see. But fresh information from Weibo leaker, Fixed Focus Digital, suggests Apple's timeline is slipping, and not by a little. According to the report, Apple's under-display Face ID project is progressing much more slowly than expected, forcing a strategy change. In other words, the full under-display Face ID upgrade for iPhone 18 Pro may be paused, delayed, or effectively cancelled for this generation. If this leak holds up, it explains why the iPhone 18 Pro display might look more familiar than people hoped. Apple can't ship a flagship iPhone with biometric security that's inconsistent, slow, or unreliable. Face ID isn't just a feature, it's the way millions of users unlock their phones, approve payments, access banking apps, log into accounts, and protect private data every single day. Apple's brand depends on Face ID feeling instant and dependable, no matter the lighting conditions, angles, or daily wear and tear. So what exactly is going wrong? The biggest problem appears to be performance. Under-display Face ID requires sensors to read through multiple layers of display materials that can reduce the quality of the signal, impact detection speed, and lower accuracy. Even a tiny drop in reliability becomes a huge issue at Apple scale. A 1% failure rate isn't good enough. When you're shipping tens of millions of devices and Face ID is expected to work flawlessly across every environment. Then there's the other major hurdle, the front-facing camera. The leak suggests the selfie camera quality is a key reason Apple isn't satisfied. And that makes sense. Under-display front cameras typically suffer from softness, haze, lower contrast, worse low-light performance, and reduced detail because the screen blocks and scatters light. Apple's iPhone camera reputation is one of its biggest selling points, and the company isn't likely to accept a noticeable downgrade on the iPhone 18 Pro just to achieve a cleaner display. Instead of delivering the dramatic redesign many expected, Apple may now be heading toward smaller, safer improvements for the iPhone 18 Pro. Display changes that look subtle but are easier to perfect. The most realistic outcome is not a fully invisible Face ID system, but a smaller dynamic island. Multiple rumors now point in the same direction. Apple could shrink the dynamic island by moving some Face ID components under the display while keeping certain elements visible. That would let Apple reduce the size of the cutout without risking a major quality drop. It's the kind of step-by-step redesign Apple often prefers. Ship improvements gradually, gather real-world usage data, and push the radical transformation to a later generation. This new leak doesn't exist in isolation. Another well-known Weibo source, Digital Chat Station, has also suggested Apple may reuse many iPhone 17 Pro components, meaning the iPhone 18 Pro lineup could prioritize internal upgrades and refinement rather than an extreme front redesign. That lines up with the broader mood of recent iPhone 18 rumors: evolution, not revolution. So what should iPhone 18 Pro buyers realistically expect? If Apple sticks to this safer path, the iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max will likely deliver a familiar look with a potentially smaller dynamic island, improved hardware under the hood, and a more polished user experience rather than a headline-grabbing visual overhaul. That could include better efficiency, upgraded cameras on the back, improved display tech, and new software features that make the current design feel fresher, without changing the entire front layout. And here's the reality. Apple doesn't need to remove the dynamic island to make the iPhone 18 Pro a hit. The dynamic island is one of the best examples of Apple turning a design limitation into something functional. Instead of leaving the camera cutout as an ugly notch-like compromise, Apple built real features around its live activities: music controls, call indicators, navigation updates, timers, and system alerts that feel integrated into iOS. Many users now rely on it daily, and for a lot of people, It's no longer an annoyance, it's part of the iPhone experience. Yes, a true full-screen iPhone would still be a major milestone, but Apple won't ship that future if it comes at the cost of camera quality, Face ID accuracy, or overall reliability. Apple's standards are strict, and the company would rather delay a futuristic design than launch it half-baked. As of now, the iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max are still expected to arrive in the fall launch window, and they may appear alongside another huge product moment, Apple's first foldable iPhone, which has been repeatedly mentioned in late stage rumor cycles. But when it comes to the display redesign everyone was waiting for, this leak delivers a clear message. Apple's all-screen iPhone dream is still alive, but it's not ready for iPhone 18 Pro, at least not yet.